Hello there, welcome to Cosmic Curator, where I, Amii Hue, narrate my articles based on my analysis of beauty's visual language. I'll be your guide through thoughtful exploration and creative insight. Today we are diving into a taste of completing a Saturn return. What my return taught me about truth, trust, and walking away. This is not a how-to manual for surviving your Saturn return, but a quiet reflection into a true unsensationalized experience that not many are willing to admit. This story is about gentle nudges, hard conversations, and subtle shifts to be the highest version of yourself. A quiet prelude. My Saturn return started in 7th March 2023. But even before, I already felt lost. I was uncertain with my career trajectory, so I decided to be a school art teacher at a newly established bilingual international school in mainland China in late 2022. It was not for the faint of heart, especially when your personal values and beliefs were constantly challenged. Saturn came knocking, offering karmic lessons I could no longer ignore that tested my Saturn in Pisces, 11th house. My ultimate fear was being crucified by the community for standing up for myself. Knowing I couldn't go through these trials alone, I sought out personal support. I am fortunate with the means to seek services, both astrologically and therapeutically, because it's not a sign of weakness, but a step towards my personal accountability. My Saturn return brought common themes to alchemize with my savior complex, being misunderstood, and resistance against work politics. It was amusing, because I often work professionally and treat everyone respectfully. However, I was labeled as not a team player, for refusing to work beyond my obligation and abandon my integrity. We are talking about work extensions into the weekends and help with misleading marketing tactics. The turning points were these two examinations. Entering the deep waters. Even after Saturn returned past my natal degree, I wasn't off the hook yet, and my astrologist warned me of an upcoming unknown karmic event. A student's false and endangering accusation that could jeopardize my teaching career. The catch was I've never met the student before. I had no direct support from my supervisor, but only dismissive false promises. I was anxious and shaken as I was trying to keep my hands clean by going through the appropriate channels. It led me to trust my gut by exhausting all of my options and go to the top leader, as this wasn't a personal matter, but the school's reputation on the line. I came in being clear-headed, prepared, and principled, resulted with the accusation being dismissed as defamation. My first test was resulted with Saturn's parting gift, the courage to resign. This scared me because I'm not one to abandon my responsibilities, but my loved ones urged me to walk away. I left knowing I had no guarantee of what was ahead of me and no job security, but I was choosing myself. The last surprise was being offered 3 letters of recommendation for my contributions. One was from the leader herself. It taught me going against the grain for theatrics of vanity and drama reflect the lack of self-esteem. However, to go against through with your honesty and integrity with no gain in return takes true courage. Self-loyalty being tested. My second test was unexpected, with no precursor, involving my decade-long friendship at stake. In what ways am I able to cope my decade-long friendship breakup due to differences in our fundamental beliefs? Although we came from different backgrounds, culturally, nationality, and socio-economically, we weathered many storms together that kept us close with deep emotional support and lived experiences. But as we grew older, our paths shifted with adult responsibilities and different cities. I realized we were operating at different frequency, with mine turning towards honesty and sovereignty even in challenging times. When I spoke my truth, it was clearly challenged her psyche with an immediate reaction being labeled as a betrayer. The pain wasn't from the argument, but being disrespected and labeled. Despite how much I loved her as a person, she couldn't hold space for the person I am becoming. I was no longer the version that can conform to her comfort. I was giving her grace, which she doesn't have for me. Still, I'm grateful for what this friendship had mirrored, as it showed me loving someone doesn't require sacrificing your truth. Just because you walk together for a long time doesn't mean you're meant to go all the way. Shadows towards true freedom. Despite being the odd one, I knew I had to keep going because even if I've moved slower, I'm still moving forward. With time, therapy, astrology, and Tai Chi practice, I found it clarity to help me alleviate my triggers. Saturn showed me how resilient I really am, how powerful intuition is, and that nothing is a coincidence. Was it easy? Not at all. I'm somewhat naturally resistant to change with my South Node and Chiron in Earth signs. But my life experiences taught me that the disappointment of betraying my own growth would hurt more than others' disapproval towards me. What I came to realize is that problems don't magically vanish, but building the right tools to manage them. I may not have trophies or external accolades, but I gained a deeper introspection, freedom, and a stronger inner compass. Saturn in Pisces was my invitation to surrender to the unseen. Saturn in Aries is my readiness to build to be seen through the imperfection and humanness. Even if Saturn dips back into Pisces, I am not afraid to face the worst parts of myself. That's the power of faith, the license to do what others are afraid to do without the societal shackles holding me back. Why? I've already experienced it. Build your toolkit. Everyone's Saturn return is going to be different, even if it's in the same house and sign. But when it is coming from the horizon, just take it and run with it. You don't have to be perfect, but be willing to overcome and embrace your shadows. It's not about escaping the hard parts, but equipping yourself with tools to alleviate the challenges. They will come unexpectedly with friction, discomfort, and grief. But Saturn doesn't hand it out because you deserve it. It is earned. Shaping to become the person you're meant to be. Maybe the first step is simply asking, what tools do I need right now? And trust that when you're ready, the right ones will find their way to you. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoy this, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I would appreciate if you leave a comment or a simple like. If you'd like to listen or read more future articles, you're more than welcome to subscribe. Keep seeking the patterns, cherishing the beauty, and exploring the unseen. Until next time.